let's open this up to everybody here. Let's talk about how you guys work together, because you've all got different roles. We've got a couple of sound mixers here. We have composers. We have some of you are not just the musical composers on your film. You're also the orchestral. Well, I don't even know what that means. Who wants to jump in here and help us with that crucial stage in a movie when all of your work collides? On a good day, what does that look like?
Well,
yes, please.
I never go to the dubbing stage.
What's that?
I never go to the dubbing stage. It's a good because that's, it belongs to them.
Right. Okay.
It's like an actor that would go to the editing room.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And it would be horrible for him.
And when we mix a film, one of the glorious things that happens is the music comes. Because we've been sound designing and sound editing for months, and we don't know what the music's going to sound like generally. We sometimes get demos, but when we show up on the mixing stage and we hear the music, it's usually a great experience and very inspiring, and it uplifts the whole creative aspect of mixing.
And they are fresh, you see, because they hear it for the first time. So suddenly their fingers are fresh, their minds are fresh, and having a composer, for example, coming to the mix at an early stage especially would be horrible for them. They need to have this freedom, like the composer needs freedom at the beginning of his work, and that's what I want to say.
For me, it's kind of the opposite of that. I mean, I have a total respect for the mixers, and we worked with Andy Nelson on this movie, who's just a legendary mixer who did such unbelievable work. I was on the dub stage for every minute of the mix, from when they started in the morning to when they wrapped, and it was the same for Damien. And I did the same on Whiplash, and I think that's just because of my relationship with Damien. I don't know if another filmmaker would want me there, which is why part of what is scary for me about working with another filmmaker. I haven't worked with any other filmmakers yet, but Damien sort of includes me in all parts of the process, which I really love, and I stay out of the way. I'm not there to be like, hey, turn the score up, cover up the dialogue. I just want to hear the music. But I like to be there, and I like to sort of see the choices that are being made and be around in case anything comes up, because sometimes emergencies come up, and there are multiple solutions, and Damien likes to have the composer there and to have a composer solution. And it was the same in the editing room too. I had an office next to the editing room, so I was there for about 8 months while they were editing. Just like obviously trying to stay out of the way when they need their space, letting Tom and Damien cut, letting Andy mix. But I love being around, and I appreciate that Damien wants me around, and I think, it's because we have such a long history of working together. I just have to sort of know my role.
Yeah, it really depends on the filmmaker and also the backstory of your relationship with the movie, because another film I worked on recently, Cure for Wellness, directed by Gore Verbinski, similar to you, I was working out of the cutting rooms for about 10 months, actually, just day by day, being part of the minutiae of the process. And it made total sense to carry that all the way through to the end of the dub, there every day, and exactly the same. You got to sort of know you're there as a facilitator and to help the process, but also to really take a step back. And Paul Massey, who was the re-recording mixer of that, is an incredible artist, actually. And we delivered very, very wide stems, we call them, which is basically, like you said, all the food groups of the orchestra. And he sort of, we thought we had a pretty good mix, it was Abbey Road and sounded really cool, we thought, in the mixing room, but he did something which just let it just like blossom in the theater, and it was amazing to sort of sing and do that. And so it like you say, it's sometimes it's great to be there and sort of just when there's a creative thing, you can just maybe say, well, maybe try this, but it's important to let them do their thing.